I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Crap.
Welcome to the Dark Horde podcast. This is take number 6 for this episode. As I said before, I was tinkering with moving the podcast over to Podbean, the other platform, the other podcast host, if you will. And, you know, they've got one nifty little thing on there that is really great for people when they call in live. Because as you guys know, I like doing a podcast live because it's interactive. To be honest, it really is, because you could do things like this, Dead man and and everybody hears it, and you're doing it live, and they can respond to it, and you have that interaction with people. But it just was not happening, not at all. So many technical issues. That one thing that made their live so good, and everything else was so bad. It just wasn't. It didn't work out. So before I started the Tempest universe, I decided to throw the Dark Horde on there first, do like a month of a test run. The last 3 weeks have been nightmares. I mean, I've had to play music like this. This is what was happening to me. Really? This is like a rip-off of Phil Collins. I had to play that instead of the joyous music that I usually play that everybody enjoys most of the time. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty good rendition of it, you know. I know you guys are thinking about the song In the Air Tonight right now. You see yourself, you know, driving down that highway down into Miami in your convertible Corvette, in your white suit. I know you are. Yeah, I did too. But it didn't help things. It didn't get the podcast where it needed to be. And unfortunately, I can't launch the Tempest universe on a platform that's gonna suck hairy big ones. So at the end of the day, the Dark Horde, the Tempest universe will remain on Spreaker. And I know some of you are thinking, for fuck's sake, I already downloaded Podbean. Sorry about that. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Maybe I just try to do too much at one time. You know, new podcast, new host, and all that kind of stuff. And shot myself in the old leg, if you will. All 3 of them. But we're going to get this one started. I actually did part of this podcast yesterday, believe it or not, on take number 6 on Podbean. With the Green Man was on there. And so was Game Vet. And actually Zachariah was there as well. And honestly, the Asgardians, they kind of let me see the light that not only was it being a technical hazard on Podbean, but in reality, the sound quality was horrific. So can't have everything go bad. Like if only a few things went bad, great. But if the whole thing sucks, you know, it's not even worth it. There's too many steps backwards to take to continue down that path. But we're going to repeat one of the stories that we talked about. Actually, 2 of them we talked about last night, but there's a third one we didn't. So we'll go over that today as part of this episode. So got a little song to play for you guys. And it's not a ripoff from Phil Collins. At least I hope it isn't. Doesn't sound like it. transition is just so smooth. That's what I'm used to. That kind of transition in between this song and that song, clips and all that kind of stuff. Forgive me, Spreaker. I was wrong. This first story comes out of, and it's not even paranormal, but for the love of Pete, some people just don't know how to do the right thing, how to stay normal. So maybe that's why this is paranormal, because this shit ain't right. It really isn't. Sahar Tabar, who has a following of close to 500,000, 500,000 people on Instagram because of her crazy ass, eerie ass pictures. And because she kind of had like plastic surgery, it looks like, to look a little bit like Angelina Jolie. Yeah. The other twist of the story is that Sahar Tabar, I don't know if that's some kind of a, maybe that's like a nickname of hers, Sahar Tabar. Anyway, it's not her real name. That's her Instagram name. Her real name is Masih Alinejad. Oh, I think it's I think I just said it. Forgive me if I butchered your name while you're in prison. So she's been jailed, to be honest. And many people thought that she possibly was doing some kind of new social media, social call to action or some shit like that. No, apparently not. She just liked having 500,000 people follow her and all her crazy posts. Well, it turns out that she did one post that the Iranian government thought it went too damn far. You live in Iran. You're a female. You've got to stay in your lane because it's going to go down like this. Thanks. By the way, Bugs is here enjoying the podcast, as always. Masih, or Sahar, whichever first name she wants to go by, she was sentenced to 10 years. 10 years prison. I don't even think there's any probation. I don't think they even worked that out yet. She's just in jail because not only did she look like Angelina Jolie, but she also posted a picture where she did some photoshopping and made herself look like a... Right, Bugs. An Angelina Jolie zombie. If you look at the logo for this episode, that's her. That's her picture that eventually landed her in jail for 10 fucking years. That's how good your Photoshop skills are. Lands you in jail for 10 years. Her mother, according to the attorney, says that she cries every night. She cries every night and every day that her daughter is innocent and should be freed. And they're also saying that they're calling out to Angelina Jolie to help them. Help her get out of jail. Which is kind of strange because I don't think Angelina had anything to do with it. Some of the things that she was arrested for was blasphemy, which even the Asgardians yesterday said that's kind of weird. But apparently it is. Blasphemy, inciting violence, gaining income through inappropriate means, and encouraging youth corruption. Apparently, folks in Iran have never seen a good zombie movie, or The Walking Dead for that matter. I know they got Netflix. Come on, you guys have Netflix in Iran. I know you do. Check out The Walking Dead. Give it over to the government and let them listen in and watch at least 2 seasons. The first season was kind of slow. Let them get a couple seasons in. And then they'll free her. Because they know it's just a thing. It's just a thing. That's all it is. Alinejad, or Sahar, or Masih, she actually posted a tweet. It says, I call on Angelina Jolie to help an Iranian 19-year-old. By the way, she's 19. She's going to get out just before she turns 30. A 19-year-old girl who received 10 years in prison sentence for using makeup in Photoshop to turn herself into Angelina. No, you got yourself in there because you Photoshopped yourself as a zombie. I don't think they think it's blasphemy to make yourself look like Angelina Jolie. I really don't think so. I think a lot of folks in the Middle East like Angelina Jolie. Just the fact that you made it all zombie-like. Now, the thing about inciting violence and stuff like that, I don't see where they would get that from her Instagram. But maybe there were pictures there that had to be taken down because she was thrown in prison. But 10 years for a pretty nice job on her Photoshop skills, that's kind of rough. It really is, but for fuck's sake. You've got to remember where you live. You live in a country that is not going to tolerate that. Not one bit. And when you get 500,000 people following you, you're seen as a threat. You're an issue that needs to be taken care of, so they threw you in a blue jumpsuit. Maybe pink or brown or orange, I don't know. They probably don't even use jumpsuits in Iran. They just leave you out there butt naked in the middle of the desert. Who knows? So Angelina Jolie, will you help out this 19-year-old before she turns 29? That really sucks, to be honest. For something like this to be thrown in jail for 10 years, that is 4.2 far fucked up. It really is. But I'm sure that with enough pressure, she'll get out early. I just think they're trying to make a lesson out of her and make sure the rest of the youth out there doesn't get too fancy. And how the hell did she get all this plastic surgery? I mean, did she have that much money to do that? Did her parents do it? Throw them in jail. They're the ones that need to go in there. Because who paid for the plastic surgery? That's what I want to know. There's more to the article. You can check it out in the description. Click on the link. And actually, if you look up the name, that's her real name. Her stage name, Sahar Tabar. You should be able to find her Instagram and see what she was up to before she ended up behind bars. Up to no good, man. Up to no good.
Someone that chokes, someone I fit aside. The one that was a human dies. Singing in his room, some kind of lullaby. The system cut the girl is out and soon is gone 6 feet under. Watching the scene you wonder, why is you weak, what is it good to suffer? It's still hybrid organism, failure progress for some. Cause I don't feel me mad and young. I don't know you. I'm so in love with you. I'm so sorry that you do. I know what's love. Yeah, I do love you. I'm so
Dead man walking.
How many of you guys have like a Nest Cam or some of those security cameras at the front door? And some of you go like really fucking crazy, right? You have cameras all over your damn house. You know, we've seen these paranormal activity movies where, you know, they get scared, something's going on, they put cameras all over the damn house, but they end up capturing stuff that they normally would not. Things that they thought might be happening, but oh shit, look, it's really happening. The cat's floating across the living room, or shit's being thrown on the floor you blame your kids for, but it's happening at night during the witching hour where those beings, those spirits, those things from the other side come out to play. Yeah. There's a story here about a family who was having some strange things going on around the house, right? But they had these cameras on. These are Nest security cameras, that they put up everywhere. And they've had these things going on, and nobody knows what it is. And a quote from this particular person says, "A lot of other weird occurrences are going on in the house." So one night, they're woken up by the scream. The camera that picks it up is the camera that's inside the house. The article posted by the Daily Star is blood-curdling scream in living room is evidence of paranormal, say ghost hunters. Which is really fascinating, right? Because normally you look at this, you're thinking, no, this is some kind of a stunt or whatever. The homeowner pasted this on Reddit. Reddit user Parrot. And at first I thought, Parrot. She probably has a parrot or two or three somewhere. And they were all crazy at night partying because the humans were sleeping. And so maybe these are parrot noises. Or maybe the Nest camera picked up a signal somewhere, some kind of interference, and it sounded like a scream. Well, there's two things, right? So the sleeping homeowners heard the scream. That woke them up in the middle of the night. But when you look at the video, because they actually uploaded the video from the Nest Cam, when you look at the video, they have a cat that's in the living room, and when that scream happens, the cat actually gets startled and out of a dead sleep. So maybe it's not special effects. Maybe more than likely this was a noise. The only thing is that the Reddit user doesn't go through any of the other incidents within the home. They don't really explain that, but they actually felt compelled to share this for some reason. I would be thinking that you should feel compelled to sell your house right now. You should be compelled to put a for rent sign on the front. Or possibly call a couple of movers, stay over with some family, things like that. But they decided to share it on Reddit. The information to the user and where they posted it is in the description right now. So if you want to look at it or click on the article, you can check it out. I tried to download the audio, kind of like a, what do they call those? A hacker. I tried to hack it, steal it. But I couldn't do it. They actually wouldn't have let me hack it. What the hell is wrong with that? Yeah, I couldn't steal the audio to play it on the podcast. So go into the link. It is the top video that's on the article, the very top. It sounds like somebody screamed, basically, but in a real like digital way. It's not super clear. It's not like your auntie when she stubbed her toe or whatever. It's not like that. There is a scream, and it's a female, but it's also really like digitized, to be honest. But it was loud enough, and I'm sure most of these freaking cams, security cams, they don't capture perfect audio. They're there for the video. So you are going to hear it. And I played it a few times. And, the fact that the cat hears it too it's pretty cool, to be honest. They're on the fence. A lot of people that saw this on Reddit are on the fence as to whether or not it was a paranormal situation or paranormal activity, or the one person put a water pipe under high pressure. How could it be under high pressure if everybody's fucking sleeping? That would have been a significant shitter they took to create that much pressure in the house when everyone's asleep to cause that sound. God, I'm sorry. I don't think that's the right way to go for this situation. I don't think so. It is fascinating to look at. There are so many things like this out there. And again, these are situations that you kind of have to look for, because not too many people like to publicly publish that their fucking house is haunted. It's not a good thing. Most of the time, the people that live in haunted places are tortured. So they don't really like sharing the wealth. So it's just interesting. Take a look at the video. It's pretty cool, I think. And I'm glad that they shared it, because it helps you understand that not all these stories are all CGI and special effects. That maybe some real people out there might be sharing paranormal activity that's actually happening. Things that are really going down. And they don't really have anywhere to share it, so they go down to Reddit. It's just strange. So very strange. this next story is a Bigfoot story. There's a few of you out there who've been asking for Bigfoot stories, of all things, for the love of Pete. And one of you is an Asgardian by the name of Dre. Yeah, Dre's into Bigfoot for some unknown reason. I don't understand why. But this is a current going on right now. Bigfoot story out of Iowa, the Hawkeye State. Of all places that Bigfoot would be, he's in the Hawkeye State, Waterloo, Iowa. Actually, the story originates from Waterloo, Iowa. God damn it, what the hell. These Bigfoot hunters actually were raised there in Waterloo. Back in 2009, they had an incident. Seth and Jesse Alney, they were out in a small patch of woods somewhere, and they had cameras and flashlights drawn, and they walked side by side down a dirt trail. And then the object that they were seeking, because apparently they had a thing for Bigfoot right from the beginning, appeared. And here's what the story says. Dark shadows and eerie sounds lurked behind trees. Every snap of a twig echoed as they crunched beneath the feet of the unknown. The Alney brothers split down a trail to avoid trekking through the flooded area when Jesse saw a large, hairy creature approaching. It was huge, with red eyes that were glowing in the night. The creature pushed over a massive tree and glared at him with intent. Now, normally you would think that two kids and one of them happens to be standing in front of Bigfoot who pushes over a big-ass tree. You would think that the kid would just turn around and haul ass back home. No, apparently Jesse decided to yell out to Seth, saying that he believed that he was seeing a Bigfoot. So the pair then began to pursue the creature as it ran away. Barreling through trees and shrubs, Jesse and Seth pursued it as long as possible, but they quickly were totally outpaced by Bigfoot, even though they were in complete disbelief that they actually got the encounter they were looking for. Now, it's just a crazy story. Two parts of this are really wild. One, that these two kids would actually haul ass after Bigfoot done pushed over a damn tree like a twig. But what's even more unbelievable, I gotta say it's unbelievable. Even more unbelievable is the fact that Bigfoot turned around and hauled ass. Probably running back to their home to hide under their beds. Makes no fucking sense to me. What the hell's going on here? If I was Bigfoot, I'd eat those kids. I would. That tree I knocked over, chop it up a little, start a fire, and just eat them, have them for dinner. But no, Bigfoot ran. Literally, this Bigfoot had no sacks whatsoever. He was cool to break a couple trees, but for fuck's sake, two little smelly human boys, you gotta run the hell out of there. Get back in your spaceship. Really strange the story is. But anyway, now we come to 2020 and slash 2021. And so these guys are going to film a documentary out in Iowa as they search for Bigfoot. Because for fuck's sake, he's probably still there waiting for them since 2009. Yeah, Bigfoot is still there, buddies. 12 years. 11 to 12 years waiting for you in the bush to get his fucking revenge. Because he lost some cool points with the other Bigfoots. They're pretty pissed off at him. They probably pick on him all this time. Since 2009, they laugh at him everywhere he goes. He's like an outcast. Thanks to you guys. But now the adult version of Jesse and Seth are going back into the woods because they got theories. They got theories about Bigfoot and where he comes from. But they want to reconnect for, old times. It's kind of like when you graduate high school and shit. You go back for a reunion. That's what they're doing. It's a Bigfoot reunion in Iowa. It's a weird story, to be honest. I can't believe Bigfoot actually ran. But maybe that's why no one ever freaking catches him. Like they say, Bigfoot is the hide-and-seek champion of the world. The guys actually have their own theories about Bigfoot. Seth has a theory that says Bigfoot may be an evolution of the Nephilim. We've talked about the Nephilim more on UFO Buster Radio than on the Dark Horde, but Old Testament, the Bible, the offspring of angels and humans. Now, first of all, I don't think the offsprings of angels and humans are going to be so hairy. I would like to think that they would at least look like some of those Nordic aliens with wings, at least. Maybe wings that don't work. They're kind of small wings, like cherubs. But no, I can't see them being Nephilim. Especially when they ran from two smelly-ass kids. Come on. That's not a Nephilim. Get the hell out of here. There's another thing here. The other one is that maybe, actually they both think this, that these could be descendants of Gigantopithecus, an extinct species of giant ape found in Southeast Asia. Again, that's a long way to fucking go. That's a long way to be in Iowa from all the way in Asia. How the hell did he get here? How do you cross the ocean? I guess they have an idea of what that is or what it means. There was another theory here, and I think this was Jesse's theory. But the other theory is that maybe Bigfoot really isn't a flesh and blood creature, that possibly it is spiritual or an extraterrestrial being. There's a lot of, I can't say Bigfoot people, but I guess a hybrid. There's people who like cryptids who also like UFOs. Okay, they've come up with that theory. That's actually, if you go on Amazon Prime, there's actually a few documentaries of folks that actually talk about the same thing, about Bigfoot being more alien pet, an alien, slave or something like that, or something got left behind by mistake from a crash ship, stuff like that. But the Bigfoot really isn't native to the world, that he was brought here by somewhere else, and so he's got all these nifty little tricks to run and hide. So maybe this is like a Chewbacca situation, right? We have Chewbacca in the woods, and he knows technology. He has technology, and he knows how to hide. Got a whole fucking underground base somewhere. But that's another theory that they talk about. And I'm sure they're going to talk about this in their documentary. So we'll see when it comes out. The guys actually have a statement in this article that I've linked in the description for you. And it says, I don't think anything's out of the realm of possibility, especially with Bigfoot, because nobody really knows anything about him. And he says to him, it could be a her. The idea of Bigfoot being spiritual is not entirely out of the question, but also there is no definitive research on the topic. That's because no one can catch up to Bigfoot. No one. It's a fascinating story. I can't wait to see what this particular documentary turns out to be. I feel that it's with aliens and Bigfoot, it's a little different. When you get someone that's an experiencer, they tend to go all out. And as much as they say they're skeptics, they really lean more towards it being a real situation than it is being skeptical. And these guys having this experience where they chase down, a 600-pound fucking Bigfoot, they're more believers than not. I can assure you that much. This is the end of the podcast. Hopefully it sounded okay, clear, got the music in there, and I guess we'll be staying on Spreaker. But as I've been doing with the UFO Buster Radio, which will be ending December 31st, that series, that podcast, and replaced by the Tempest universe. And actually, Bigfoot falls into a Tempest universe type thing. But I'm going to end the podcast with a Christmas song. Because why not? I mean, 'tis the season, right? COVID-19 at all. This should bring some kind of happiness to somebody. Ciao.